Hi, this is Ray Nofsinger, and welcome to the module on the striving lifestyle. If you remember, we had 5 different lifestyles that we wanted to talk about in this set of modules. The bottom level was survival, and then from survival we had the stagnation level, and this module will cover the striving level. And the next 2 levels above that is success and significance. So let's cover the striving level. We'll review the striving level and show you how to progress and graduate out of the striving level into success. All right, let's get started. Typically, the striving level up until 2009 was considered middle-class America. It was a solid middle-class situation, and with this 2009 change and with this huge shift with the financial crisis, too many of these people are moving from the middle class or the striving level back into the stagnation level. And our job is to not allow yourself and your family to get into that struggling level, back into where they're really just going on the treadmill and making no progress. We want to at least keep you in the striving level and hopefully quickly move you to the success level. Now, the characteristics of this is that you probably have some real good personal integrity, you've got a good work ethic, you've got good work energy, you've got good education, you probably have a college degree or maybe even some specialized training or specialized skills. You could even be a business owner in this area. And I mean, in this respect, I mean a real business owner, not somebody who's just pretending to be in business, but somebody who actually knows how to do all the paperwork and structure the business and do all 3 pieces of the business, which include sales, marketing, operations, and collections. So that's typically what you would find. And a good example of the housing of these type people would be, you're in a really nice house in a really nice neighborhood, you've got some real good transportation, and typical jobs like this would be corporate management in business, a professional person, let's say a doctor, lawyer, accountant, something like that. You could be in the medical field, you could be a manager in a corporate environment, and you could be a business owner. Any of these would fit into the striving group that's just striving. You're not quite at success, but you're striving to get there. Some other ideas about how we can move ourselves from the striving level into the success level is to take the New Success Path approach. The primary motivating factor here is also anger, but before, in the other levels, we had anger out of depression and anger out of rage and anger out of being forced into their economic position in life. Whereas now, this type of anger is a little bit different. In this case, you need to be angry at the government spending levels of 2009 and how this future is going to destroy the value of the dollar for your children and your grandchildren. So if there's anger, that's the anger that you need to use there, is the fact that we're printing paper worthless money and the fact that the government is just not able to keep within their bounds. They just think the solution to every problem of humanity is more government, and the government can do a better job of this than the private sector, which of course there's not one thread of truth of where the government ever did anything even close to as good as the private sector. So it's just kind of an unfortunate situation, but it does create anger for families in this level. Again, the response is similar. You need to take that anger, you need to reflect on the anger and the cause of the anger, because you can't change the government, you can't change the fact that we're printing dollars that are worth less and less every day. But then you need to release it. And when I say release it, you need to just let go of the anger part of it, but keep the energy part of it. And then redirect the energy associated with that anger toward moving yourself more rapidly up into the success lifestyle. Now let's also look at the next part of this newsuccesspath.com, and that is back with the cash flow engine. you probably at this point, you don't really need to anchor your position because you've already anchored your position and you've already figured out where you're going. You already probably have some short-term goals and some midterm goals. But all you really need to do now is just rebalance and refocus and take another little quick check on where you are. The area you're in now is step 2 of New Success Path, where you're developing that cash flow engine, and you're having to fine-tune that cash flow engine so that you'll have a little bit left over at the end of the month. And with this new economy that we have, it's more and more difficult and more strained because you have other responsibilities that are costing more money each day. Another threat to that is that there's a higher likelihood that you may have parents that will be thrown into more of an economic turmoil as a result of this new economy, causing increased responsibilities on yourself. And the other issue is you may have other relatives, close relatives to yourself, that are being laid off and that are being caught up in all of this financial turmoil that are going to be needing some help and assistance. And at that point, that will also structure your cash flow engine to drain off some resources in that cash flow engine. But you have to realize that your number one priority is your family and your own cash flow. Because if you don't have a family with the cash flow to take care of the family unit, then you're of no good to the parents or of the close relatives that need your help. So you have to maintain a good, healthy economic engine of your own family first before you can be useful and beneficial for those other people. The next piece of New Success Path that you really need to develop is what we call systems management. You need to develop a business system. And what do we mean by a business system? Well, if you're a business owner, this is perfect for you because business really is a business system. The difference between a business system and being an employee or a self-employed person in business is if you took 6 months and left, when you came back 6 months later, would the business be just as good or not better than before you left? If the answer is yes, it would just run fine without me. I could take 6 months off, I could take 3 months off, it would run fine without me. If that is true, then you truly have a business system in place. However, if you can't be gone for even a week or even 2 or 3 weeks and all of a sudden everything is just crashing down and problems are all over the place, chances are you have a business, but you don't have a business system. So this section is to develop a business system. So I don't care whether you're in the plumbing business or the painting business or in the computer software business or whatever business you happen to be in. If you have a business system, then you can graduate from the striving into the success lifestyle. Now let's look at this. Let's say you're not a business owner. Let's say that you're a doctor, a lawyer, or in corporate management. Again, you need to treat your job as a business system. You need to develop business systems so that it requires less and less involvement of yourself in the actual doing of the work, but that you're more of a systems manager where you have procedures in place and you have things in place and people in place and tasks in place to where you're monitoring these tasks and monitoring these people to get the job done, and you're not actually rolling up your sleeves and doing it yourself. That is the difference from striving to success. That will get the cash flow engine moving more rapidly. It'll create more promotion for you. It'll create higher profitability for you, either in salary, bonuses, or if you're a business owner, it'll have more revenue. You'll get more sales revenue and you get better paid on your collections. That is what's going to move you into the success mode. So the cash flow engine, again, always make sure that you're spending less than you're earning. And once you get these business systems in place, start picking up the income producing assets. And we have a module for income producing assets, and we'll let you work with that module on income producing assets. Because even in this market, there are income producing assets that will really allow you to just explode your income and your cash flow to the place where you'll be financially independent. And we are going to talk about 2009 future income producing assets in another module. So that's pretty much it for moving you out of striving into success. Thank you for listening, and this is Ray Knopfsinger at NewSuccessPath.com.